Rồi, file này để các bạn có thể nghe và tập đọc theo nha. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu.
What makes a city great? A great city must do three things, in fairly equal importance. Firstly, it must set the stage for memorable human interactions to occur. This requires a network of pedestrian-friendly streets connecting great civic spaces such as plazas, squares, greens, and parks. Both the streets and the civic spaces should be enclosed as outdoor rooms by a fabric of buildings appropriate to the region in which they are built, and provided with memorable civic buildings. Central London, Paris, Rome, Manhattan, and Charleston qualify in spades, while Orlando, Dallas, and many others do not. Secondly, it must provide at least basic infrastructure. No matter how good the physical environment, visitors won't often come to a city where basic services don't work. Nor will they often come to a city where their personal safety is too much in doubt. When services and safety get bad enough for long enough, the residents will begin to move elsewhere. Finally, it must provide a broad selection of opportunities to thrive and prosper. Once, financial opportunities dominated this discussion, but today, thriving is increasingly including the quality of life, not just the standard of living. In other words, the city's cool factor is growing in importance. Should we judge by appearances? I was once in a greeting card shop very close to Christmas and it was, unsurprisingly, very busy. The guy to my left was big and muscular. He had a shaved head, lots of tattoos on his neck and face. He was wearing lots and lots of jewelry. I made an unfair but perhaps understandable assumption. I had my son with me who was young enough to be in a pushchair. I started picking up some cards and glanced down at my son, who had disappeared from his pushchair. I panicked straight away and called his name very loudly. The guy to my left looked at the empty pushchair and understood right away. Instead of helping me, he ran straight to the only exit and barred it. No one is leaving till that child is found, people. And no one argued. The child was found hiding under a display, safe and sound. No one had tried to abduct him, but if that had been somebody's intent, the muscular man would have completely foiled their plan. Such a simple but genius idea. He also, of course, would have been successful at stopping my son from wandering out. What a gentleman he was. Should we judge by appearances? Your question seems to be asking for a simple answer, but I'm not certain that there is one. There are situations where appearance is important, even crucial. It is important to look at the situation. It is perhaps even more important to ask if the part of their appearance you are judging on is a conscious choice. As a general rule of thumb, it is wiser to refrain from judging by appearances alone. By contrast, it is wiser to operate on the basis that others will be judging you first by appearances. Chances are good that the first contact you have with a person is visual, before you hear them speak and have a chance to judge them on what they say, or how they say it. You will see them. This is called a first impression and it is instinct to make judgment on it. But let's say you have listened to a person on the radio, or telephone for years before seeing a picture. You will make a first impression on their voice. First impressions are powerful things and many people never look past them.